Hello, thank you everybody for joining the Ordinance Restricted Committee meeting for January 5th, 2026. The public is welcome to attend in person. Zoom link is the access to the meeting remotely is also available. Join from computer or smart device, and the numbers are behind this. Is there anybody else from the administration that are online right now?
Yeah, Marianne Boucher.
Hi, Marianne.
Hi, Marianne.
How you doing? So tonight we have Counselor Frank Majota and Counselor Marjorie Grace and Counselor Sean Nolan. We'll start off with the first one, which is a memorandum from the General Counsel regarding the Department of Public Works regulations for charging of electric vehicles. This is going to be continued until February 2nd. Next, we have number 2, CC 2025-049, Grace Benson, amend GCO chapter 21, street sidewalks and other public places, section 21-18, throwing ice and snow into street, section 21-19, removal of snow from sidewalks, section 21-20, removal or covering of ice on sidewalks, add new section 21-23, appeal, delete section 21-23, 21-34, reserved, and add sections 21-33, reserved. Counselor Grace, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Just a quick overview of how this came to be this way, and why I'm kind of looking at the ordinances. Dylan and I were tasked by former Mayor Berger to take a look at this and try to come up with a solution, which happened after there were some falls last winter on the ice and the snow from people not clearing the sidewalks or not maintaining that they stayed cleared once things froze up again. One of them was a pregnant woman, 8 months pregnant. Unfortunately, there was no harm done to the baby, but there was a period there of extreme fear because she came down pretty hard. And that kind of what was the catalyst for us to approach this and ask, what can we do about making sure this doesn't, whatever we can do to help this not happen again in the future, something like this. So Dylan did a lot of extensive work looking at what other communities do and kind of mirrored this after what other communities are doing. I know when we talked about it in December, the fines were something that wasn't something that anybody really wanted to do. So one of the possibilities would be to do like a tiered type thing where first time it's just a warning, you're not supposed to do that. Second time a small fine, and then the third time a larger fine. And then to incorporate something either through the senior center or through whomever to make sure that we have safeguards in place that if somebody is unable to clear the sidewalk, there's a method, a way to get somebody that can help them. Without Dylan here tonight to speak on behalf of his work on this, because quite frankly, he did a lot of the legwork on this, I would respectfully motion that we continue it until February.
Not a problem. So I'd like to continue this as well to February 2nd. Next, we have number 3, CC 2025-041, Worthley, amend GCO chapter 5, buildings and building regulations by adding a new article 6, demolition delay, continued from December 1st, 2025. And this is going to be continued to February 2nd as well.
Counselor,
Yes.
The Historic Commissions apparently had a meeting about it, so we might be getting a recommendation from them before hopefully the next meeting.
Excellent. Thank you, Lance. Number 4 and final. No, Dylan's not here again.
No, this one's fine because this one
was all approved by the city.
right, but this one came from me and I looped Dylan in out of respect for it being his ward and not mine. So
CC 25-48, Grace Benson, amend GCO chapter 22, traffic and motor vehicles, section 22-270, parking prohibited at all times by adding School Street easterly side beginning at its intersection with Middle Street in a northerly direction for a distance of 70 feet. Community impact unit visitor parking is permitted and designates places between 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sign for designated spaces to read no parking at all times except community impact visitors, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Section 22-291 tollway zones by adding School Street and easterly side beginning the intersection with Middle Street and the northerly side for a distance of 70 feet. And this was continued from December 1st, 2025. And that was because we were waiting for the Traffic Commission to have their say. Bob Ryan and the Traffic Commission has met with this and they have given their blessing. So with that given, on number 4, Counselor Grace, the floor is yours to read.
Okay. CC number 2025-048, Grace Benson, amend Gloucester Code of Ordinances, Chapter 22, Traffic and Motor Vehicles, Section 22-270, parking prohibited at all times by adding School Street easterly side beginning at its intersection with Middle Street in a northerly direction for a distance of 70 feet. Community impact unit visitor parking is permitted in designated places between 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sign for designated parking spaces to read no parking at all times except for community impact visitors from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Section 22-291 tollway zone by adding School Street easterly side beginning at the intersection with Middle Street in a northerly direction for a distance of 70 feet. And I so move.
I'll second.
Alrighty, so now there is a separate committee
All right, I'll read that
recommendation.
now, sorry. Committee recommendation, move to recommend that the city council amend the Gloucester Code of Ordinances, chapter 22, traffic of motor vehicles, section 22-270, parking prohibited at all times by adding School Street easterly side beginning at its intersection with Middle Street in a northerly direction for a distance of 70 feet. Community impact unit visitor parking is permitted in designated places between 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sign for designated spaces to read no parking at all times except for community impact visitors, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Further ordered that section 22-291 tollway zones be amended by adding School Street easterly side beginning at its intersection with Middle Street in a northerly direction for a distance of 70 feet. This time I really did move it.
I'll second it again.
All in favor?
I
Did you have any questions?
can tell you quickly.
Yes, can I just have, I already voted on it, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's basically, Deputy Chief Williams approached, me on this because when they started the construction with the new, apartments that they've done where the community impact unit is, where their parking was, there's no parking there now because it's all blocked off because of construction. So they needed to have it moved to another location so that they would have parking.
like we
So
did for the police station. Perfect, okay.
Basically,
Yeah.
that's in a
Got it.
nutshell.
That's all it is. So I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
So I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.